pushes, since that can be Cube and Monkey's job, but it does come down to reliable and non-committal engage, and which, you know, if you throw out the Skarner ultimate, that's a big tension adding up onto what could be the first fight of the game. Meanwhile, topside, Hoya might have overextended for this one, throws down the equalizer. I think he's accepted his fate, knowing that he's gonna go down. He tries to flash away anyway, but there's still an impale that you have to dodge, and his first
Cube. They are reinforcing. They do not want this bottom lane tier 1. They want to try to corral them around this objective and play to them in the pit.
Oh, Thunder Talk are in trouble here. 4 versus 3. The rest of TT members are far away, and they've already done away with H1. And Satab is just casting the Weaver's Wall so he can get the hell out of here. But Feather has joined the fight, trying to bail out his AD carry and 1xM, but he's still caught up by all 3 from the side of WE. And they cannot get back in, and pressuring for the top tier 1 turret. H1 finding Taeyun, flashing forward right on after him, and the rest of WE's front line has to come in and save him out, but the 1xN Killer Instinct finishes off the AD carry. Monkey's gonna try to buy some time with his Impale, trying to look for 1xN. Vampire and Monkey will at least trade one back, but the rest of the fight has been lost. Monkey is forced to scatter, but the flash from Hoya will commit for the Scorpion. Another harpoon in the back.
The trigger a little sooner than that. That's just the Dragon going over now, and when we come back to lanes, I mean, ThunderTalk will be able to continue to push around some of their opponents. Don't do this. Monkey, just there you go. Okay. They'll continue to... Second items are probably going to be coming in, especially for Taeyun, who's almost done with a Muramana at this point.
A good sweep by Karis, and Hoya doesn't have flash available, so he's just going to accept his fate, walk it off, and die. WE now got to be careful. Feather avoids the impale by skirting right on past him thanks to the battle dance and the grand entrance. Monkey cannot get through the wall with the Astal's impact, but please tell me you guys have enough damage, and yes, they do. H1 finds the win, becomes lightning in the back of the Scorpion.
But they lose so much. Like, Rafa, look at the map right now. They didn't... This entire time, Cube is just pushing the wave. So that's turret damage being taken. That's another wave that they're missing at the very least. They get 2 turrets here for Karis. I mean, if he gets the Spear of Shojin, he's going to be nigh unkillable in this game. So ThunderTalk need to act quick before this game starts to get out of hand. And it's really kind of, it's going to be tough just because of the item deficit that they're at.
Yeah, and hang on. Could be a big fight over here in the red quadrant. Cube arrives with the hero's entrance. H1 is caught up by the Impale, but Feather buys so much time, and 1xN is free, hitting the front line. Can they get enough damage? Hoya has joined the fight as well. 1xN still pumping, finds the Killer Instinct right into the backline, flashing away from Taeyun, but he still falls to Karis on the Azir. And now Satab is isolated from the rest of his squad. WE carries able to pull through in the fall of their front line.
That was such a close fight. All of the damage is located in the Ezreal and the Azir. Kind of have like a crab. Karis is even going to be able to grab a tier 1 and the teleport from Satab? Sure, yeah. Why not?
I mean, Satab and the rest of ThunderTalk very desperate to try and force some fights here on WE, but they can't get in. They don't have control of any of these river entrances here. There is a control ward, but the rest of WE just holding their ground here. Weaver's Wall will cut off Karis from the rest of the squad. Feather goes in, grand entrance right on top. That's a massive equalizer, but isn't really doing any damage. Not just to anyone, just only to Vampire, but he gets to walk away for free. They lose Hoya in the trade as well as Feather, so now it's a 3v5. Karis is able to finish off the Otacon, and now the rest of ThunderTalk have to scramble or at least pick up some res spawns here. Karis limping away, still has a tier 1 tower to safely escape to.
Oh no! Okay, I thought he was TPing out. No, it's just Cube.
It definitely looked that way. But thankfully, for WE's case, it was just Karis recalling and Cube now trying to force them off the fight here. The Dragon, wait, does he? Oh, he doesn't have Smite! He doesn't have Smite! Okay, ThunderTalk secure the Dragon for themselves, but now Karis is able to rejoin thanks to his own TP, and they are just using Otacon respawns to at least... I don't know why we went mid lane there, but you know what, ThunderTalk get the damage done. They're able to survive the teleports, and Monkey, even though he's a big Skarner, he's not going to be able to find any more stragglers here.
A lot used there by WE. Their teleport's really important to have in this game. I think just trying to contest for that Dragon, even if Beichuan had Smite, why are we going for that play? They actually delay them. This will be the Baron now going over to Team WE. So willing to trade some of their early sums because they have the Otacon. I'm sorry for not knowing game on that one. A very good find there for Team WE as they start this up. And Beichuan has 5 seconds before he's even able to respawn and get out onto the map.
Hoya would have to be a pretty damn good equalizer right into the pit, but they're able to sidestep it, still burning down the Baron. Monkey should have the smite cleanly executed there. Feather trying to keep them in the pit. Seismic shove right onto the front line, but they just don't do enough damage to all the magic resist stacking tanks here on the side of WE. Hoya isolated once again, and Taeyun clears him easily. The Impale finds the rest of the members of Thunder Talk just for Karis and Taeyun to gun them down.
They have Baron. How much can they grab of this? It's 30 seconds before multiple members of Thunder Talk are up. It'll just be Feather by himself. Baron, Ezreal, plus A and Azir. They've got Demolish proc, so they'll take one. At most, this is going to be an inhibitor. I don't know if they're going to quite go for the end on this one.
20 seconds, just under that timer for Thunder Talk to respawn on the map. And I think the call is correct here. WE. Get the
learning curve. We get back to live. Beichuan has to use his flash. He's still caught.
It's not going to matter for him. The chase down is too good from Team WE. And now without a jungler here from Thunder Talk, they're going to be down to a 4v5. Karis already using the bear buff to push through the bottom side of the map to at least guarantee the setup for another inhibitor tower to fall. Monkey taking position forward because he is just so damn durable. Look at this. Kanik Rookern already completed.
Yep.
Empowered Merc Treads as well, thanks to the tier 3 boots from the Feats of Strength completed by Team WE. No one can really kill this Skarner reliably.
Hopefully it's going to be 1xN. He's got 3 items, and now they're hitting on the base. 20 seconds, so this is the last wave that we will see with Baron. But WE, they want to make a play. They want to end.
Hoya getting tagged here, forced to flash away. Vampires in. Feather just gets deleted, and now it's down to a 4v5 once again. Vampires chunk, but Monkey can sustain the fight as the front line, taking up as much damage as possible. The cannon empowered minions being able to siege through the Nexus Tower first falls. Looking for the next one. Baron buff has expired. A flash from Vampire to land another engage, but really good crescent guard by Beichuan. Punts them all back. Emperor's Divide flash by 1xN. Wait a minute, Thunder Talk. They're not going to go down without a fight. They're going to make this a fight to the very bitter end. Taeyun trying to delete as many members as possible. Thunder Talk now down to the last. Once that is completed, Tab and Hoya are going to have an easier time to actually melt through these tanks, ensure that 1xN is not having to do all the heavy lifting by himself. Once he was able to at least just solo out a tank by himself without any threat from Karis or Taeyun, he was getting a decent amount of damage in, being able to shred through. It takes isolated skirmishes, being able to break apart the 5-man that WE have.
Right, we're gonna try again. We've got Baron in a minute, even if they don't succeed on this next push. 2 mini waves about to crash. This bottom lane has 2 super minions in it. And it's an open Nexus. Come on,
that's
guys.
A lot of damage on the Feather already. Good equalizer by Hoya, forcing Taeyun to Arcane Shift away, but a good Impale finds Beichuan, immediately blinks out Feather, and that should be the game. 1xN gonna try his damnedest to survive the front line, the onslaught, the CC, the flash away from Monkey, but the rest of WE can just focus down the Nexus, and WE come away with game 1.
There it is. They've been able to take games, but not end out series here in Split 2. Still 0 active. We need to see how they're interacting with their lanes, setting up for around objectives. WE are not going to be able to get much in the early game just by way of having this Ornn on your team. Okay. We're doing this. 1xN, don't step up to the wall.
Oh, 1xN stepping up, flag and drag over, just not respecting an earlier timer from WE's jungler. Are they going to look for 2?
Okay. Well, well, Vampire's dead. All right, say goodbye, everyone.
Beichuan able to get one back for the side of Thunder Talk Gaming, baby, and 1xN is the recipient of the kill gold.
Recognizing that even though they are the team with double range bot lane as well as having multiple range carries, well, maybe they just kill Feather with the ultimate, though.
Whoa! He just dinged level 4, but because he was level 3, he took so much damage. Tab now trying to equalize it back with the Chaos Storm, but Vampire's able to walk away! He has enough movement speed thanks to the heal, and now WE extend the leaderboard kills to 2.
That's an amazing find there. Just being able to grab Feather also means that Taeyun now gets to continue to hit on this wave. 1xN has to at the very least, feign like he's recalling, buy time. And now they're actually a little desynced between the two of them. Feather might make a WE.
Again, oh no, Satab is in trouble. Cataclysm into the Shockwave. A couple more auto attacks. Monkey's trying to take it up, and he flashes away from the Glacial Prison out of fog. H1 starting up the grubs. Monkey trying to fight for his way in. Banana Brush in fog. Here comes Cars, looming on down, completing the flank. Shockwave right on the 2, right into the Cataclysm at 1xN. Cannot leave. Did he flash into the wall? Because that is tragic. Vampire might be the next target, but as long as the Nico goes down and no one else, but Taeyun. Oh,
no way, no way!
Good piercing arrow empowered by the W cast is able to save his life, and WE just continues.
That is heartbreaking for Thunder Talk.
It's the fact that Beichuan used the ultimate in the mid lane. Cars has the confidence to literally walk up and down smash them with the Shockwave. I mean, who else is going to stop him in the middle of that play? And I feel like the only thing that
so important for Thunder Talk, being able to move around the map, open up plays, and force summoners.
Is he just going to solo him?
Feather's just dead.
Dude, Monkey is so
it's a jungle versus
accelerated.
Support.
Yeah. Level 10 versus what I believe is a level 6 Bard.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sunder Sky. And
what
now
are we
Karis 1v1ing Satab. Don't tell me he just solos him right here and there. One more QW. Karis is having a pop-off series tonight, y'all.
He gets a hit another way, and that's going to be the first start going to Team WE, which will mean feats of strength have been accomplished.
Yep. And being able to hit the first T1.
Move these people preemptively. This should be their objective.
Monkey immediately going in on the Satab, just popping the Cataclysm, but he does not burn the flash until now, but Vampire can follow up with a ball blossom of his own. Cube is there. Call the Forge God gets the knockup, and Satab is gone. Here comes Hoya. Can he find a good flank? But who can his target be? Everyone from WE quickly reassembles. And charge. Monkey is now going to continue the chase onto the Crocodile. Taeyu and a Vampire right behind him, getting the double slice and dice. Nicely done by Hoya. Here comes the Tempered Fate right onto Karis. Can they land the CC on top of him? Cosmic.
That's enough.
Binding. Is it enough? Kars is in trouble. Steps behind the curtain call. Finally dies the Satab, who resurrected from the grave and teleported in because the fight went on so damn long.
Just too much be thankful for, as it gave them a way back into this game.
Yeah, you know, Team WE, for their credit, they have been playing with fire, and they've been able to at least handle it very gracefully throughout a majority of this game. But that was one of those moments when they stayed a little too close to the heat of the play. Now, Thunder Talk, 1xN did just lose his flash off the back of Taeyun, and now that's an easy Cataclysm. Goes for the easy Q. Monkey drops the Cataclysm. Easy dunk for the side of Team WE.
Okay, that's not the mid-tier one. I thought maybe they're going to try to play more for this, but maybe afraid of Bitchwan being in the area. Dragon was never taken here, so if WE really want to, you can kind of see that they're going to just start this. Varus will clear out the mid-wave. He'll move down. Bitchwan and Hoya might have something to say about that if they really decide they want to try to contest. A lot of vision here, and 1xN will not be here for this fight, but Satab is moving. Cube already preemptively knowing he doesn't have teleport, so he's going to have to hoof it all the way over. Oh!
The Glacier Prison goes wide once again, and WE are going to turn now to Hoya, who doesn't have a flash. The Shockwave pulls him right back in. WE guarantee the numbers advantage as they turn the focus back to the Dragon. And Thunder Talk know that they cannot have a chance to contest. They're just going to look for the mid-tier one instead.
I like, they're not even going to get this turret, though. Ornn can just be used to clear out this entire wave.
And Feather's now in trouble. There's no flash. Look at how fast WE are able to move in between these plays and make these sequences flow so seamlessly. This is a whole new WE we're seeing on the Rift.
Mark, we got to get excited. WE are about to win their first series of split number 2. It might come up against Thunder Talk, but better them than anybody else at this point.
Yeah.
WE top-level teams, you're able to prove yourself there. Against Thunder Talk, this was the part where it was going to be very easy, or at least comparable for them. Vampire.
Massive pop blossom sets up Taeyun for a lot of damage onto Feather, forced out of the fight. Monkey locking in Satab, now flashing over the Baron Pit wall before that ball comes into play. Tempered Fate stops Karis in his tracks. The rest of WE are forced to the right side. Glacial Prison lands true right at the Taeyun, but Monkey comes back in, stuns them up. The Shockwave buys time for Taeyun to survive and finish off the front line, and Thunder Talk are forced to retreat once again. The chase
just
is
matching him. Okay, I mean, Kars, you don't have ultimate. You should be able to win this 1v1 if you're able to hit him. Okay.
He's got Rod of Ages and Seraphs. Does he win the 1v1 against Satab? He's got a level advantage. He's just buying time. Satab had already used the TP to try to get the wave in as fast as possible, and now he's routed off by Vampire on the left side. He's trying to navigate it as much as possible. It's taking a while. The blast gun is going to send him right into the waiting arms of Monkey, and poor Satab is just on the wrong side of the map here. Unless he can get another blast cone play, it just sends him back over. I guess ThunderTalk's mid laner stalled a lot of time for the rest of his team to spawn back on the map. River. Beichuan trying to follow up, but doesn't have Glacial Prison anymore. Here comes the Horn. Called the Forge God, lands on the feather. Monkey is in, looking for the target. Pop Blossom will only hit on the right side of Hoya as he flashes in, tries to take out the AD carry, and Monkey still survives. He bought enough time on the other side of the fight from ThunderTalk Frost before he commits a flash, but the rest of WE come in to bail out their mid laner. Curtain call, but it's a Pop Blossom from Vampire that buys up some space, and Karis is able to do away with Beichuan. Feather now in trouble. Tempered Fade right into the backline, stalls some time, but they've lost the front line. It's only on to Hoya to protect the rest of the backline, and Saints have a 1xn. But they're under fire. Shockwave doesn't really do anything, but a piercing arrow almost kills Satab and 1xn in the backline. They're able to limp away alive, but WE still come away with the fight dub.
A lot of things happened there, but a lot of them were positive for WE. Game here, Mark. I think you could start to feel some of that weight on WE. They do not want to go winless. They do not want to throw this game, so they're trying for every last advantage they can get here. And it's just, some of it is just not connecting.
Karis locked in by the Tempered Fade. Glacial Prison. The timing is not there. It's too early. The Shockwave is going to pull Hoya and Beichuan in. The Sejuani now in for the hell of a ride of its lifetime. Beichuan cannot get out. The Arctic Assault into the wall. Doomsday and tragedy for ThunderTalk's jungler. Hoya isolated once again. And it's just up to Satab and 1xn to try and pull a rabbit out of the hat. A miracle, but it's going to be so hard because they're nearly 9,000 gold down. A curtain call looking for the frontline members, but Monkey and Cube are so tanky, they can just use the call of the Forge God, looking right back on the feather. The board falls. WE are peeled off the Baron for now, but they can always return.
They're going to go straight back to it, and it'll be Satab and 1xn to put the defense on for ThunderTalk. No curtain call. An Arcane Storm, though, available here for Satab as Vampire goes fishing.
Finds 1xn, and that's the pick they need. No summoner spells available for the Jhin. Cleanse and Flash were already exhausted in prior fights, and now it's up to Satab. But no Chaos Storm available. This Baron is easy to secure for the side of Team W. It has been such a hard-fought battle to stay afloat and relevant amongst all the teams here in Group Ascend. And even though they've been able to find game wins off the top of teams like
individually, Monkey and Vampire, we're getting the last TP. Hoya's already popped the Dominus.
Tempered Fade right onto Karis. Can they hold the line here? Vampire positions his Pop Blossom for the Renekton. Karis still under fire, but Hoya cannot do enough. He's forced to slice and dice back through the front line. Hoya is taken out of the fight. Curtain call now going to fish for Cube. He doesn't have a teleport to rejoin the fight, but the rest of the Baron Buff members from Team WE can continue to push in through the base. Monkey flashes in. Cataclysm dunks Feathers board, and now ThunderTalk members are down to 3.
Okay, one last push. Vampire hiding as a minion yet again. They're going to get cheeky with it. It's an ultimate that doesn't land. They're going to continue to fish. Guys, you got to be careful. You don't have that much HP available.
Lee's morale is not dropping for a second. The confidence is evident. It is clear. And they are trying to push this forward to close this series out. As ThunderTalk down to the last...
If they can't make a defense, if they can't push back against 12,000 gold lead here... Obviously, they were never meant to win this game, as that's just another turret falling. They've got another mid wave coming on in. They've already got bot waves hitting the Nexus turrets. This is the last final pushes here for ThunderTalk.
Inhibitor 1 falls. Monkey's in onto Satab. Call the Forge God. Lines up only onto Beichuan. Satab getting ready to fall. Beichuan steps up. The Pop Blossom flash. Able to find the backline here. The rest of ThunderTalk trying to hold on and continue maintaining the front line, but the Nexus towers are in the sights of WE. Monkey jumps forward once again to create space. Curtain call, looking for bullets on Taeyu, forcing the cleanse and the flash. Monkey just pops the Cataclysm, keeps Satab locked up. Karis will find him. 1xn trying to do it all, but it won't happen. Where were you when Team WE picked up their first series win of the Rumble stage?
They have done it. There's always that question of always forgetting how to win, but they did it against